Last week I posted a video on comping rhythms, and I had a bunch of you guys asking me if I could break down the actual voicings I was using in the 2-5-1-6 progression, which is one of the most commonly used progressions in jazz. So here are two sets of really nice voicings you can use to play a 2-5-1-6 progression on the piano. Let's do it! So let me just blast through some theory real quick to get you up to scratch on your 2-5-1-6 knowledge. In the key of C major, a 2-5-1-6 would have the root notes D, 2, G, 5, C, 1, and A, 6. 2, 5, 1, 6. And in terms of the actual chord types, you'd need a D minor 7, a G dominant 7, a C major 7, and an A dominant 7. But these voicings I'm playing now are rubbish. They're no good, and we can do a lot better than that. So let's learn some beautiful 4-note rootless voicings instead. In order to construct these, we're going to play the 3 and 7 of each chord in the left hand, and then 2 pretty notes in the right hand to make it sound nice. So step 1 is to play the left hand. For our D minor 7, we've got the 3 and 7. From here, we're going to find the closest 3 and 7 of each of the following chords. So for our G7, we can go here, 3 and 7. And then for the C major 7, we can go here, 3 and 7. And for the A7, we have to jump up to here, 3 and 7. So altogether, we've got D minor 7, G7, C major 7, and A7. Make sure you can play that before moving on to the next step. Now for the right hand. Let's add some pretty notes for each chord. For the D minor 7, let's add this E and A, which happens to be the 9 and 5. Sounds good, right? Now here's a really cool trick I like to do. To get to the G7, we're just going to leave the right hand exactly where it is, and all we need to do is simply move this C down to a B. For all you theory nerds out there, what's happening is that our right hand notes have now become the 13 and 9 of the G7 chord. But don't worry too much about that, just enjoy the ease of moving between these two chords by only moving one single note. Okay, so we've got our D minor 9, our G13. Now we need to get to the 1 chord, C major 7. The left hand moves by 1 note in order to get to the 3 and 7. And for the right hand, we're going to move both notes down by a whole step in order to give us the 9 and 5 of C major. So G7 to C major 7. Well, now technically it's a G13 to a C major 9. From the top, D minor 9, G13, C major 9, and we've just got one more chord left, our A dominant 7. So our left hand jumps up to here to play the 3 and 7, and in our right hand we're going to do something pretty cool. We're going to play the notes F and B flat. And if any of you are wondering why we're playing these notes, these are actually altered extensions. The F is the sharp 5, and the B flat is the flat 9. But again, don't worry about all of this theory stuff if it stresses you out. The actual chords themselves are not too hard to play, and that's all we're really trying to achieve for now. You can always learn the theory afterwards. So if we put those all together, we've got a D minor 9, a G13, a C major 9, and an A7 altered. Now, because these are rootless voicings, they work best when someone else is playing the root notes. So let's get a backing track on and see how they sound. If you would like that backing track to spice up your practice, as well as the notation of these voicings written out to make it easier to learn and remember, they are both available for free inside my YouTube resource vault, which if you don't already have access, just click the link up above and I'll send that over to you for free. But the video doesn't end here, because I want to show you another set of voicings you can use to play this 2516. And we're actually just going to use inversions of the voicings we've just learned. So you're halfway there already. May as well stick around for the rest. Okay, so we've got our first set of voicings. Let's flip these around and play them inverted to give us a whole new way of playing them. We'll follow the same rule in terms of the left hand only playing the 3 and 7s and the right hand playing the pretty notes. But instead of starting here with our left hand like we did before, we'll start here. And we're just going to play the inversions of what we had before. So this means we have our D minor 7, our G7, our C major 7, and A7. Practice that and make sure you've got that down. And in the right hand, we're literally going to do the same thing. The same notes we had before, but just in their inversion. So for the D minor 7, we're going to add the A and E, 5 and 9. And then for the G7, we're going to do exactly the same thing. Leave the right hand where it is, and just bring that one note down in the left hand. Same goes for the C major 7. Play the 3 and 7 in the left hand, and then we'll just bring the right hand down a whole step. And finally, for the A7, again play the 3 and 7 in the left hand, and in the right hand we'll play the same notes as we had last time, F and B flat. So from the top, for our second set of voicings, we've got D minor 9, G13, C major 9, and A7 altered. And let's see how they sound along to a walking bass line. Let's add some comping rhythms. And here's our first set of voicings again. And you can go between them to keep it fresh. If If you want to learn some of those comping rhythms I was just playing, then check out last week's video where I literally used those exact same voicings and showed you a bunch of essential comping rhythms that you can steal. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this video, happy practicing, and I will see you in the next one.